we've got another UFC card, UFC Vegas 103 coming up on tomorrow. It's going to be Kape versus Almabayev. I'm going to give you guys my picks and the breakdown for every single fight on the card. We have a few cancellations, but I'm going to give you guys what I think, betting advice, stuff like that, ways I see fights going. So UFC Fight Night Vegas 103. Let's get into it. First up, we have, it was going to be Montana De La Rosa versus someone else. Got canceled. So we have Charles Johnson versus Ramazan Temirov. This is so tricky, man, because Ramazan Temirov is super, super dangerous in the first little bit of the fight, of all of his fights. His last fight was by knockout, which comes kind of few and far between at flyweight. And he's a shorter guy. You know, he's 5'3", which might be kind of tough against a guy like Charles Johnson. I'm going to take Charles Johnson just because I don't see a guy getting back-to-back knockouts at flyweight, especially being out of the rankings, like fighting into the rankings against a longer, rangier guy like Charles Johnson, who is a good defensive grappler. I don't see him being able to like land a huge shot early on in the fight. And like, Charles Johnson's a vet. He knows how to go the full 15 minutes. I'm going to take Charles Johnson. 4 out of 10. Because, again, that first few minutes, maybe Temirov finds a way to switch stances and land a huge overhand or something on like switching stances, throwing these looping shots, and boom, one of them connects. Could happen, but he is a good prospect. So that is why the confidence is so low. Next up, Andrea Lee versus JJ Aldrich. I'm taking JJ Aldrich all day. Andrea Lee's on like a 5-fight losing streak or some shit like that. Let me see. I'm going to take a look at this. She hasn't been doing it. I don't know how the she's still in the UFC. She's 13-10. She's older. Yeah, she's on a 5-fight losing streak. She lost to Montana De La Rosa by split decision. Montana De La Rosa's 13 and she's what is she? She's like 12-10 or some shit like that. Let me see. Something like that. They're not like, she's not good. She went to a split decision with her. JJ Aldrich isn't very good either, but she went to a decision with Veronica Hardy, and Veronica Hardy's not very bad. I wouldn't say. She's a ringer.
I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted.
But, yeah. JJ Aldrich all day. 7 out of 10 confidence, because it's women's fighting, and a lot of times it's unpredictable. But I will take JJ Aldrich in this one. Next up, we've got Danny Silva versus Lucas Almeida. I think Danny Silva's really good. He's like he gets shot out of a cannon to start every fight. He's dangerous. He's powerful. He's technical. One of the better younger prospects, I think. Not to say that Lucas Almeida isn't a very good fighter, because I think he is, but I think Danny Silva kind of has that X factor a little bit. Lucas Almeida is unpredictable. You know, he got ground and pounded by Andre Fili at one point. I think that was a first round finish. Like that just doesn't look good to me. So Danny Silva's on a lot of momentum. He hasn't lost. He's 9-1. His last fight was to Josh Kulabau, and I think Kulabau actually just got cut. Kulabau, I rated pretty highly. I thought he was pretty good. Technical, very good at range, keeping distance. His distance management was very good. And he beat Josh Kulabau. Split decision, but he still beat him, you know. That's a tough first matchup to make your debut in the UFC. That's pretty intense. And he got it done. So I think Danny Silva's going to get this one done. 7 out of 10 on the confidence. Next up, we've got Shep Mariscal versus Ricardo Ramos. Ricardo Ramos is like, yeah, he's 39, dude. Like, he looks like his body's just built like a 16-year-old. Like, he doesn't look like he has any muscle mass to him. He's not crazy powerful. I used to hate Mariscal because I was a big Jack Jenkins guy, and when Mariscal fought Jack Jenkins and he hip tossed him, and Jack Jenkins tried to break his fall with his arm, and he just snapped his arm, and that made me really mad, and I hated Mariscal. But at the end of the day, he's good. He beat Trevor Peek, he beat Jack Jenkins, he beat Damon Jackson. He's good. He's a good fighter. So the minus 410 is understandable. This is actually one of the times that I do agree with the Vegas odds. So we'll go Shep Mariscal we'll go second round ground and pound. TKO. That's what we'll go with. Next up, we have Austin Lane versus Mario Pinto. I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm taking the big underdog in Austin Lane. I think Mario Pinto was sauced on the regional scene. If you look at pictures of him on the regional scene, he was absolutely like yoked, and now he looks like he has a dad bod. Also, why does Austin Lane look like he's butt-ass naked in that picture? Pull your shorts up. What's going on?
What the fuck was that?
I'm going to take Austin Lane. I think that the grappling is going to play a factor here. I think he's going to get him down, and he's just going to hold him down. Experience is going to play a factor. I'm taking Austin Lane. I'm not confident about it because Mario Pinto is dangerous in the first couple rounds because he's very powerful. But we saw Austin Lane do this to Robelis Despain. Robelis Despain was supposed to just run through the entire division. Like, he was just this huge, powerful striker. And Austin Lane just took him down and just did whatever the hell he wanted with him. I see this as the same thing. I'm going to take my chances with a huge underdog. Don't be surprised if he gets put away early, though, because we've seen that happen before with Austin Lane. He got put out by Denise, and he lost to Justin Taffa because he didn't take him down because he's retarded. But, like, these heavyweights are tough, man. It's just... Next up, Danny Barlow versus Sam Patterson. I'm taking Sam Patterson, another underdog. Sam Patterson is... I believe this fight's at 170. Yeah, this fight's at 170. Sam Patterson is a lightweight, from what I remember. He's a lightweight, former lightweight. The skill gap between lightweights and welterweights is very, very prominent. I see Sam Patterson finding a way through the scrambles and getting the back and choking Danny Barlow out in the first round. Or second round, maybe. He's a big dude for the lightweight division, so he fits right in here at welterweight. I understand you look at him and you're like, holy shit, that's Ellen DeGeneres on testosterone. But he's got a tiny little neck. You can just see someone just spinning his head around with an overhand or something, or a check hook. He's a good grappler. He's really good on the ground. His last 2 wins come by submission in the first round. I'm gonna take my chances. Back-to-back underdogs we'll take. Next up, Haider Moa versus William Gomis. Taking William Gomis. This one's kind of hard fight to call. I'm gonna go with William Gomis, but Emil's dangerous. His last 2 fights were finishes. He's just kind of older. I think that the size is gonna maybe play a little bit of a difference. Gomis is good at range. And Gomis hasn't lost in a long time. I'm looking at his Tapology. His last loss was November of 2016. Granted, he hasn't fought very much because he's, 12-2? 14-2? That holds a lot of value to me. Gross matchup to pick, honestly. Don't bet on this fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Emil got like a second round finish somehow. If not, I'm going to take William Gomis by decision, 29-28 most likely. Next up, we have, this should be the co-main event, but it's not because who knows. But we've got Nasrat Haqparast versus Esteban Ribovic. I'm taking Esteban Ribovic. Haqparast is very one-dimensional to me. You see a lot of his finishes. A lot of them are very, very basic, just down the pipe shots. His movement isn't very lateral. It's very just back and forth. There's no side-to-side movement. Ribovic has that factor to him where you don't know what's coming. We saw it when he fought Zellhuber at UFC Noche. I think that Haqparast is, if the 1-2s aren't working, if the slip off the center line and the 2 down the pipe isn't working, he doesn't have much. That's kind of why I'm taking Esteban Ribovic. You don't know what the fuck is coming. He'll throw a flying knee if he wants to. He'll throw like a 5-6 punch combination as he's exiting backwards, throw a lead high kick, and it'll connect. And you're like, what the fuck? Where the fuck did that come from? I'm taking Esteban Ribovic 7 out of 10 confidence. I think he'll get it done. Haqparast looks like why is he built like that? Why is he built like that? You know, what the hell happened? Anyways, sorry Haqparast. I like Haqparast. I think he's a fun dude to watch, but again, one-dimensional. Next up, Cody Brundage, Julian Marquez. Why this is a co-main event, I have zero fucking clue. Both of these guys are awful. Julian Marquez is 9-5. Cody Brundage is 10-6. Cody Brundage has been known to find a way out with DQs. Marquez has been finished 3 straight times, brutally by Gregory Rodriguez, brutally by Zachary Reese. I just clicked onto his Tapology to see the other losses. His last win was Sam Alvey in 2021. He got TKO'd by Marc-Andre Barriault. Like, if Barriault's having success against you, chalk it. But on the other side of things, Cody Brundage is f***ing terrible too. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, that guy's a dirty cheater, and I understand he hit him in the back of the head a few times. He was trying to illegally win, pretty much. I hate Cody Brundage, dude. I can't stand this guy. He lost to Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. He lost to Cedric Dumas. I guess Cedric Dumas isn't that bad. I'm gonna take Cody Brundage just because if you look in the last couple years, he beat Jacob Malkoun and he beat Zachary Reese. Those hold value. There's that, and Julian Marquez should have been cut from the UFC after he got brutally finished the first time. Maybe not the first time. Second time by Marc-Andre Barriault. On to the main event. Manel Kape, Asu Almabayev, or Almabayev, however you say it. I think Manel Kape's the truth. In his last fight against Bruno Silva, that was one of the performances where people make compilations on YouTube of fighters finding their flow state or fighters not missing or whatever it is, like compilations like that. That was that kind of a performance. I think he's that good. I think he needs to get a title shot soon because he is that good. I thought he won against Makayev. Some people had it the other way, which is understandable. It wasn't like some big robbery to me. It was more so just I thought he won. Could have gone either way. I thought Makayev should have had a point taken for ripping his shorts off. Did he get a point taken? I'm going to look this up because I don't know. Yeah, he didn't get a point taken. He should have. He should have got a point taken. He ripped his shorts off. Muhammad Makayev, by the way. That little inbred twat. Anyways. Let me move on. Manel Kape's complete, man. He's really, really good. Dude, and that fight against... Sorry, I keep going back to this Makayev thing, but he broke his foot in the first round, and he still took Makayev to a split decision, and he should have won. What better momentum could you be coming off of than that last fight that you had against Bruno Silva? He looked so good, dude. He was untouchable. He was he looked like Lomachenko in the pocket. Like, okay, that might be a little extreme. He was like, he would fire off like a 4-punch combination. Bruno would plant his foot back to fire back, and Manel would just switch off to another angle, fire an uppercut, and it'd land clean. And Bruno didn't know where the hell he got hit from. And it was like, holy shit. Like, what are we watching right now? How is this guy not the champ? Not to dismiss Asu Almabayev because kid is good. Yeah, not to dismiss Almabayev, but I think Manel Kape's just that good. He's taller, he's longer, he's coming off one of the best performances I've seen in the last few years. I'll take Manel Kape I'll go 3rd round TKO. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm pretty confident in this because I think Manel Kape is that good. Appreciate you guys. Another prediction video down the hatch. Next week, we've got UFC 313, which is awesome. Stay tuned. More fighter news, drama, all that stuff. Couple buttons down below. Takes 2 seconds. You watched the whole way through and you're not even going to click a couple buttons down there? Come on. What's going on? Appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.